Here are the top stories for today, November 21st, 2019. President Duterte wishes Filipinos to enjoy a happy Christmas despite the challenges they face. The president tells the courts not to stop his order to ban the importation and use of e-cigarettes. A former member of the New People's Army thanks the government for its efforts to stop insurgency. And Baguio City hosts the world's biggest amateur golf tournament on its 70th year. Good day, I'm William Theo. Welcome to the PNA Newsroom. With only weeks before Christmas, President Rodrigo Duterte wishes that Filipinos would remain cheerful despite the challenges they face. President Duterte expressed optimism that Filipino families would find joy when they share a simple Noche Buena, a celebration observed by the nation on Christmas Eve. The president also asked members of the media to be truthful on their reports about him. Let's watch this.
I hope that you will be sitting on the table, having Noche Buena with your family, and happy about whatever the situation finds us. Noon, wala akong hiningi na favorable article for you. Ang hiningi ko lang, kung sakali man na meron akong, I will decide one day whether to allow. Ang hingiin ko lang sa kanila, wala. I will just ask for the truth and fairness. That is all. You can publish anything as long as it is. Huwag mo lang i-twist. Publish mo, show it to the public, I would not mind. I guarantee you, I will even protect you. I am asking only for truth and fairness. That is all.
President Duterte on Wednesday leads the 80th anniversary of the Department of National Defense at the Armed Forces of the Philippines Commissioned Officers Club in Camp General Emilio Aguinaldo, Quezon City. He vowed to sustain the modernization program of the DND as he thanked the country's troops for defending the country against threats. Let's watch this.
On behalf of the grateful nation, I extend my sincerest thanks to you, the brave men and women of the DND, for successfully carrying out the secret mandate to defend our country against external and internal threats and to ensure peace and security. I assure you of my administration's for implementation of the modernization program by working with Congress towards the enactment of legislative measures that will further enhance the department's capability. War cannot wait. War is something which is it's a invention of mankind that can cause a spark, and then you have the problem. And so we have to have that's why I'm going to because I'm going to say how delayed. In the military, it's a gestation period. It's only about 1 or 2 months. When you decide to buy and there is money, then the technical working group should go to it and sit there until kingdom come, so that you will have the result and we can buy it easily. If you think that you are not up to the mandate of being hurried up, and then you go out and tell your commander to replace you.
President Duterte is urging the courts not to stop his directive against the use and importation of e-cigarettes or vapes. Meanwhile, the president's order to ban vape use has earned the praise of anti-smoking advocates. Ram Dulfo has the story.
President Rodrigo Duterte on Wednesday sternly warned the courts against issuing a temporary restraining order or TRO on his latest directive to stop the use and importation of vaping devices and e-cigarettes nationwide. The president told the judiciary that he would not honor TROs that may be issued against his imposition of total ban on vaping. The president issued the directive following reports of a 16-year-old girl from Central Visayas who suffered from e-cigarette or vape-associated lung injury after using e-cigarettes for 6 months. This is the first reported case of an illness related to vaping in the country. Philippine Pediatric Society Tobacco Control Advocacy Group Chairperson Rizelina Raquel Gonzalez lauded President Duterte's vaping ban. The Health Department has noted there are 1 million Filipino users of e-cigarettes which were marketed as a safer alternative to tobacco. Gonzalez said vaping may actually lead to wanting to smoke tobacco in the future, especially among minors. Meanwhile, Binyan City Representative Marlene Alonte filed House Bill 5561 or the proposed Tobacco and Vaping Regulation Act, which proposes for vape use to be applied the same regulations as tobacco products. The bill seeks to ban smoking and vaping in public places. It also prohibits the sale or distribution of tobacco products and vaping devices to minors. But this early, the PNP has begun its crackdown on users of vapes. PNP spokesperson Bernard Banak said PNP Officer in Charge Archie Gamboa has issued a directive to all personnel to arrest violators of the vape ban.
Kaugnay sa pinagtututos ng Pangulo ng pagbabawal ng vapes o e-cigarettes, agad na nagpalabas ng direktiba ang ating Officer in Charge, Police Lieutenant General Archie Francisco Gamboa, ng agarang pagpapatupad ng nationwide ban on vapes or e-cigarettes. At ang lahat ng mga lalabag rito ay maaaring maaresto at madala sa presinto upang i-blatter sila, i-record. At lahat ng mga items ay kukumpiskahin at properly accounted for. Lahat ng lalabag sa kautosang ito ay arestado at dadalhin sa presinto upang magpaliwanag. At sila po ay ibubuk sa ating mga blatters at pagkatapos niyan, kapag may local ordinances na umiiral, maaari din po silang mapatawan ng fines and penalties depende kung magkano ang pinapatupad ng local government units. Pagkatapos niyan, sila naman po ay pakakawalan kaagad at hindi naman mananatili sa ating police station ang isa pang minuto. Subalit, kapag nahulin muli natin sila, ay muli babalik na naman sila sa presinto upang magpaliwanag at ibablatter na naman muli natin sila.
For the PNA Newsroom, I'm Rom Dulfo.
Still to come, government officials inspect the sports facilities to be used for the SEA Games at New Clark City. A former member of the New People's Army thanks the government for its efforts to stop insurgency. More on these when the PNA Newsroom continues.
As the premier communications arm of the executive branch of the government, the Presidential Communications Operations Office takes pride in involving the citizenry in matters of governance. In 2019, the PCOO focused on strengthening the government-to-media bridge, bringing the government to the people, and safeguarding journalists as they fulfill their duty of communicating the truth. One of the first initiatives of President Duterte to promote government transparency was the signing of Executive Order No. 2 establishing the Freedom of Information or the FOI. In 2019, the FOI conducted a series of roadshows to inform the public of its program and help bring the government closer to the people.
Meanwhile, government officials inspect the Southeast Asian or SEA Games sports facilities at the New Clark City in Capas, Tarlac. The New Clark City sports facilities include the 20,000-seater IAAF Class 1 Certified Athletic Stadium, the 2,000-seater FINA Certified Aquatic Center, and the Athletes Village. Let's watch this.
New Clark City Phase 1, especially these facilities for our athletes, built in 18 months. 18 months. shows the President's resolve for change. And believe us, our dear athletes, believe us, hindi po matitinag ang aming resolve, ang aming trabaho dahil lang sa mga kritisismo.
When we started out this journey, simple lang po instructions ng ating Pangulo. Build, 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 no corruption. Galingan nyo, gandahan nyo, kailangan walang lugi, sulit parate. Yun lang pong mga konsepto na yon, paulit-ulit po. At yun po ang guidelines na ating sinunod. Nakita nyo po yung ginawa ng national artist. Pumunta po kayo sa mga art gallery. Yung singlaki po ng podium na to na sculpture, na hindi pa national artist ha, siguro 2 to 10 million. Depende sa halaga. Ito po, hindi lang national artist. And of course, nakikiramay pa rin kami sa pamilya. Wala pang 1 taon ang pagyaon niya. It turned out to be his last work, yung huling obra. No? Alam niyo po yan, pag natapos ang SEA Games, kung 100 million, may bibili niyan eh. But it's priceless. No? It's part of the history and culture of the Philippines, of Clark. After the games, kahit araw-arawin niyo ako haharap, ako sasagot. Kung may kailangan idemanda, ako idemanda nyo. Pero wag before and during the games. Araw-araw nasa TV. Talagang yung all talk lang, Operation All Talk lang. Parang 2022 na siguro nasa isip. So ano sabi ng Pangulong Aquino, dating Pangulong Aquino? Yung cauldron daw, mahal, nasan daw priorities, 50 classrooms ang nagawa sana. Nakalimutan niya na ako nung ako ay majority leader sa Senado at nakita ko sa budget 10 billion pesos para sa APEC. Sa APEC po. At ano ang sabi nila sa amin? Huwag kayong mag-ingay before and during dahil lahat ng bansa at international press nandito. Sir, bakit medyo magarbo yung mga gala night, yung mga ibang mga kagamitan? Boss, representasyon to ng ating bansa. Ilan ba ang dapat nagawang classroom kung hindi natin hinost ang APEC? 10,000 classrooms. Tapos sasabihin nila, simbolo ng SEA Games, simbolo po ng ating mga atleta, fighting spirit of the Filipino, 50 million, titirahin nila. Sa bibig mismo ni Senator Drilon nanggaling, hindi to overpriced. Walang nagsasabi na it's excessive or overpriced. Di ano issue? Namamahalang kayo sa 50 million pero sa 10 billion okay lang sa inyo.
PCOO Secretary Martin Andanar on Wednesday vowed to use the proposed 2020 budget of his office in implementing more programs and projects aimed at improving its services. Here is our report from Janice Cabe.
PCOO Secretary Martin Andanar thanked the senators for the immediate approval of the PCOO's proposed 1.69 billion peso budget for 2020, which is 12% higher than this year's 1.4 billion pesos. He said among the projects that will begin in 2020 is the construction of the first ever Government Strategic Communications Academy in Manolo Fortich, Bukidnon. The facility is targeted to be completed in the first quarter of 2021. Andanar noted that streamlining of government messages is also underway as part of the PCOO's effort to provide a strategic communications template.
From PNA, PTV, PIA, Radyo Pilipinas, we also have created the Office of the Global Media Affairs. So tuloy-tuloy lang yung ginagawa nating mga innovation sa PCOO so that mas lalong kumanda information dissemination ng executive branch of government to the public, not only in Metro Manila but also to the provinces and to the rest of the world.
The creation of the Office of the Global Media Affairs is one of the institutional initiatives made by his office to reach out to the international community.
Nag-increase na ng 2.4 to 2.5 million yung page visitors ng Philippine News Agency. Ang Philippine Information Agency ay nakikipag-cooperate ng gusto sa PTV. They're also giving reports apart from their on-the-ground communications. The Bureau of Communication Services, they have already tweaked their operations para mas maging receptive sa pangailangan ng mga kababayan natin. It's continuing on improving our services dito po sa Presidential Communications Operations Office, including RDT platform.
Andanar also renewed the PCOO's plan to establish another media hub in Visayas once the same facility in Davao City is completed.
PTV and I will be working closely so that we get the necessary budget to begin the Visayas Media Hub in 2021.
The Mindanao Media Hub in Davao City is expected to be launched by first or second quarter of 2020.
Tapusin muna natin yung 2020, yung Mindanao Media Hub, bago tayo mag-Visayas Media Hub.
Meanwhile, Andanar received assurance that the process of privatizing the Intercontinental Broadcasting Corporation or IBC-13 is being rushed.
The Secretary wants that IBC to be privatized by February.
By February. Ma'am, kasi ang sinabi nila last time that term of reference daw po is would be supposedly this December. What happened that it moved on February?
Well, we cannot definitely announce the terms of reference yet because kailangan pa namin yung nag-iisang opinion from the procurement board. Pag nagawa na yun, then we would have to update pa the terms of reference and hopefully pag lumabas na yun by this week, maybe by December, we can already announce what the terms of references will be. But rest assured, the PCOO under Secretary Martin and the NORM, we are doing everything we can para ma-fast track yung privatization ng IBC. So, kung sila mag-alala, ginagawa naman namin lahat.
For the PNA Newsroom, I'm Janice Cave.
Meanwhile, the PCOO will hold a roadshow on freedom of information and campus caravan in Dumaguete City on November 28. PCOO Secretary Martin Andanar is expected to keynote the event, while PT FOM's Executive Director Undersecretary Joel C. Egco will speak on safeguarding press freedom in the Philippines. The event also aims to promote gender equality, educate the public on the Rehabilitación campaign against illegal drugs, and raise civic awareness, transparency, and accountability in governance through the Freedom of Information program. The PCOO Roadshow also aims to partner with educational institutions to include the FOI program in their curricula and promote it as an academic tool for research. The events are set to be held at Fil-Am University. In Pangasinan, some 26 former members and supporters of the CPP-NPA have lauded the efforts of the national government in reaching out to them with government services and livelihood programs. Romulo Manzano, who is a former rebel and now the president of the Barlo Farmers Association, thanks the government agencies for the support, saying this is what they have been looking for. Manzano encouraged other rebels to surrender, saying the government now has a clear direction under President Rodrigo Duterte.
Na nandito na po yung kanyang simpatsya para matulungan lahat po ng mga dating rebelde, yung mga lumalaban sa gobyerno, kahit sa Mindanao, walang po yun. Nandito na yung kanyang simpatsya para magkaisa lahat ang mamamayan ng Pilipinas na hindi po maglalaban-laban. Kaya marami pong salamat sa ating ahensya ng gobyerno, lahat po kung tumulong sa amin para maibigay ang patuloy sanang ibibigay yung suporta para hindi na babalik ang mga kasama sa taas, lalo pa yung mga iba po kung gusto pong babalik na sa pamahalaan, tumulong sa gobyerno, sigurado ko marami pa yan. Kaya sir, sana po tuloy-tuloy po yung ang inyong suporta sa amin po. Marami pong salamat sa iyo pong lahat ng ahensya, dapat po yung ating mga nandito lahat, hindi ko na babanggitin kung isa-isa para hindi na po magtatagal. Marami pong salamat po sa inyong lahat. Thank you po. Thank you.
For our business news, inflation is not expected to be affected by President Duterte's directive to stop rice importation during the harvest season. Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas Governor Benjamin Diokno explained that rice supply will not be constrained because there are still imports that have yet to be delivered into the country. He noted the president's instruction to purchase harvests of local farmers is only temporary. Farmers have complained about the big drop in farm gate price of rice since the implementation of the tariffication law last March. The government pushed for rice tariffication to ensure adequate rice supply, especially after the supply issue in 2018. After peaking at 6.7% in September and October 2018, inflation rate decelerated to 0.8% last October. Inflation in the first 10 months this year averaged at 2.6%, at the lower half of the government's 2 to 4% target. Up next, Davao City launches its Peace Economy program to stimulate economic development in Paquibato District. And Baguio City hosts the world's biggest amateur golf tournament on its 70th year. The PNA Newsroom returns after these reminders.
In pursuit of excellence, the PCOO now operates on a global scale. In the past year, the Office of the Global Media and Public Affairs was created, effectively opening the PCOO to the international media. It aims to serve as a channel for the foreign media to get access to the government and to connect with its policymakers. The relationship between the government and the media is now stronger than ever, as the office arranged reporting events, international interviews and caravans, and media briefings for cabinet secretaries during international engagements. The reporting events brought the international media to locations relevant for media coverage and provided ease in covering areas of interest.
Davao City has launched the Peace Economy initiative in the far-flung Paquibato District to stimulate economic development based on the sharing of resources. Mayor Sara Duterte Carpio led the launching of the initiative on November 20, which aims to highlight the partnership between the farmers of Barangay Malabog and Helen's Farms of NCCC. Peace Economy is said to be a system that benefits producers in local communities, consumers in rural and urban areas, as well as distributors. It is characterized by sustainable local production and democratic ownership, the limited number of intermediaries, responsible consumption, environmental sustainability, and human security. Meanwhile, the Bureau of Fire Protection conducted its Regional Fire Olympics in Iloilo City on Wednesday. Firefighters from Western Visayas competed in completing tasks such as the JOEM attack and horse-on shoulder relay. The event showcases the skills of firefighters in conducting rescue operations to include ascending, traversing, and descending, especially on high-rise buildings. 20 performers of the Hubon Gimarasnon Sang Manggahan Festival will fly to Japan to perform for the Philippine Festival 2019 Pasko ng Bayan. Guimaras Provincial Tourism Officer Liberty Ferrer said the organizer wanted the community in Japan to feel how the Filipinos celebrate Christmas. Performers of the Hubon Gimarasnon Sang Manggahan Festival will fly to Japan to perform in the Grand Parade and Cultural Presentation on November 30 and December 1st. And in sports, Baguio City is bracing for the arrival of hundreds of golfers from the Asia-Pacific Rim for the 70th Fil-Am Invitational Golf Tournament. The said tournament is said to be one of the world's oldest and biggest amateur golf events. About 264 teams are expected to join the tournament held at the Camp John Hay and Baguio Country Club golf courses. Fil-Am spokesperson Andrew Pinheiro said the tourney will have something spectacular that will make the tournament memorable. The Fil-Am officially starts on December 1st and ends at the 18th. It also coincides with the hostings of the Southeast Asian Games, which will start on November 30th. The country's first ever interactive water show gave a spectacular Christmas season preview at the Globe Lakeside at the Nuvali District, Santa Rosa, Laguna. Colorful light illustrations depicting life-size animated characters emerged in digital images projected from the water screen on the lake. The show's finale wowed the crowd with its artistically designed parol light show played in sync with traditional Filipino Christmas carols. The 30-minute magical water show will officially open to the public for free starting Friday, November 22nd from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. for its Friday to Sunday year-round spectacle. Ayala Land, the real estate developer of the Nuvali District, partner with renowned international art collective Team Lab for the country's pioneering interactive water show. The Team Lab had staged various exhibitions around the world over the past years in selected venues such as New York, London, Paris, Singapore, Silicon Valley, Beijing, Taipei, and Melbourne. Let's check out the latest on Tropical Storm Sara from Pagasa.
Magandang hapon po, ako si Benny Estareja at meron tayong update regarding sa binabantayan pa rin natin na si Severe Tropical Storm Sara with international name na Fongwang. Huling namataan itong si Bagyong Sara as of 4 p.m. sa layong 255 kilometers sa silangan po ng Basco, Batanes. Taglay ang hangin na 110 kilometers per hour near the center, so bahagyang lumakas ito, at may bugso naman na hanggang 135 kilometers per hour. At ito naman ay kumikilos pahilagang kanluran sa bilis na 10 kilometers per hour. So base po sa kinikilos nito sa ngayon, ay hindi na ito tatama sa ating kalupaan anywhere in Luzon. At pero asahan po natin yung trough nitong si Sara nakaka-apekto pa rin sa ngayon. Kitang-kita dito sa may Batanes as well as Cagayan and Isabela provinces. Ito po yung tinatayang track or yung tinatahak nitong si Bagyong Sara. By tomorrow afternoon, nasa may 365 kilometers ito palayo dito sa may Basco, Batanes, north-northeast. At from severe tropical storm, nakikita natin na bahagyang hihina na ito bilang isang tropical storm na lamang dahil papasok siya dun sa malamig na sektor kung saan meron nga tayong amihan. Meron tayong mga light to moderate rains pa rin dahil dun sa trough or yung outer portion nitong si Bagyong Sara. Dito sa Isabela, as well as sa Cagayan, especially sa eastern section, at dito rin po sa Northern Aurora.
Let's take another look at today's biggest stories. President Duterte wishes Filipinos to enjoy a happy Christmas despite the challenges they face. The president tells the courts not to stop his order to ban the importation and use of e-cigarettes. A former member of the New People's Army thanks the government for its efforts to stop insurgency. And Baguio City hosts the world's biggest amateur golf tournament on its 70th year. Thank you for watching another episode of the PNA Newsroom. To check out more news content, check our webpage or head on to the Philippine News Agency's Facebook and Twitter accounts. For more stories about the government and how it serves Filipinos, look for these hashtags in all of our social media platforms and websites. We are shown on the pages of the PCOO and its attached agencies. Also, watch us on television on PTV4 and IBC 13. And that's your daily dose of the biggest stories that you need to know from the PNA Newsroom. I am William Theo. Good day.